Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I decided to build an eco-conscious farmhouse, but more in a modern style. So I decided to place it on this 30 by 20 lot in Evergreen Harbor. It is the Rockridge Springs lot, and the home comes out to being 72,548 simoleons. It is a 2-bedroom and 2-bath. And the outside is where you see most of the detail, but I think that the interior is also well decorated, although it is pretty minimal. I wanted to keep it simple, but also very, clean and nice looking, because I assume that outside they do all their dirty work and inside they like to keep it really nice and orderly. And my idea was that for this home it would be 1 or 2 parent Sims and just 1 child. However, the upstairs bedroom, you could easily add a bunk bed if you wanted to, or even a second bed if you moved around some furniture. And you'll see later on in the video, I had some issues with the upstairs, the one part of the roof piece. When I would go to paint the entire child's bedroom, would also paint the roof piece, that same wallpaper, and I'm not 100% sure why, because there was a separating wall there. I don't know. It was very odd. So I had to I was forced to sneak in a bedroom in the child's, or a bathroom into the child's room as like an ensuite. So I think it worked out pretty well in the end, but I was still very confused as to why that happened. I don't know if it was just a glitch or if it was something I did wrong, but I included a little bit of my struggles in that, so you will see that later on. But we are working on the outside shell. I expanded the bottom porch just a little bit so I could fit in this lovely curved stairway up to the private upstairs balcony, and the upstairs with the private balcony ends up being the child's room. I know I could have put them on the first floor, but I decided maybe the upstairs would be more fun for them, and they have a little private balcony and they end up having a swing set. It all looks really, really cute in the end. I was trying to do something different than what I normally do. And also, I kind of decided it was my own personal mission to put animals as many places as I possibly can. So I did horses on the beach in Sulani. I decided we would do small livestock and eco farmhouse in Evergreen Harbor. That was the whole inspiration behind this. At first I was going to put horses here, but then I decided it might not be a great idea with the quarry right across the street from this home. I just thought that would be a little silly. So here we are working on the house itself. I start out with that front door, but I do end up replacing it later. And then I was mapping out how I wanted the backyard to be. So I put in on the corners of the lot this lovely hedge fence. And then over here, I put some of these tall slats on the wall. Those are from Eco Lifestyle. And then I just put this false wall here for now, and the taller version of the slats, and I just lowered them down with the tool mod to kind of look like an extension of those slats and also a fence. If I were to put the fence directly up against the house, it would snap to the foundation and then it would raise the fence piece up on a foundation piece, which I still don't understand why the game does that, but we do what we can. I made it work. And here you'll see I first started to put these slightly open like screen windows here in the back. I do end up getting rid of those eventually. I put one in the front living room area right behind where the couch goes, but for now those are here. So we are just working with it. We make a nice little back step area with sort of a landing space. And then here I'm deciding what I want the patio space to be, and I decided on those pavers with the flowers in the middle. Then in the backyard we add our bug box and our chicken coop, and I'm deciding what planters I want. These are the Eco Lifestyle debug. They're in the debug menu, but you can craft them, I think. They're like self-watering planter boxes, and they're eco-friendly, so that's pretty cool. Decided to throw those in there since they go with the world. Also some solar panels and the water collector on the patio. And when you go to replace or change the position of the solar panels, they kind of jump around, so that's why I had to go back and change them again. And in the backyard, we throw in some of these lovely vertical planters. I just thought they looked nice and kind of added a little bit more of a privacy fence. Then threw in more of this new swatch of the base game fence, the new swatches that we got but right before the Horse Ranch pack came out with that free update. I thought that was really cool. I wanted to throw them in there, and they match the wood tones of this house so nicely. Then I threw in my favorite little skinny tree here. I did 2 of them to make it look like a full tree. And in the very front, there's that the trellis, the ivy trellis in the front instead of a traditional fence. But in the backyard, there is a fence. And in here, I'm deciding on what I want the foundation color to be. And that's pretty boring, so I cut most of that out. Here's my little trick for making a covered paddock without actually having to place floor tiles. So I placed the little rim, then I lowered it down slightly because I wanted it to be a smaller size. And then I just create the roof piece, delete the walls, and add some fences. And that's about it. And then I just put the pillars underneath to make it look like it was a semi-professionally built structure. And I placed these little rug pieces down that look like hay, so that could be symbolizing the goat and sheep's little spot to sleep. I thought it was very cute. I did throw in some prairie grass as well on either side so they can freely eat the prairie grass. And you don't just have to bottle feed them all the time. They can also nibble on that, which I thought was a nice touch. You can also get a feeder if you want, and they'll just what they'll do is they'll eat out of the feeder, but only the stuff that falls out of it, which I thought was kind of funny. So that's why I thought maybe if I just put the prairie grass off to the side, they can eat it on their own. I have seen them do it in my game. Don't quote me if that's like a mod or something I have. I'm not 100% sure what I have anymore. But throwing in a little tiny orchard of trees. I don't even remember what these trees are because the footage is moving too fast and my screen is too tiny. But I put in a bunch of trees here in the front, and then I just throw down some terrain paint to make it all blend in nicely. And then over here I'm pulling out a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables, and I'm just going to fade into all of them being on the ground. Later, when I had my playtester sim and her daughter come by, I had her plant all of those. So these will all be planted. I think there's one empty spot that I left in case you wanted to plant something of your own or replant something else if you want a double of a certain harvestable. And then I'm just trying to decide where the bee box is going to go because I wasn't 100% sure. That is a flower arranging table, very useful for making bee-friendly flower arrangements that you can put next to the bee box that will keep them happy. So it's any excellent quality flower arrangement scented with crocus will keep the bees happy. And then if you socialize with them, it will make them happier and less likely to sting your sim. It's not 100% that they won't sting your sim or passersby. However, it is less likely. So that is ideal. Into the kitchen, we are using the Dream Home Decorator countertops, and I end up using the cabinets above also from Dream Home Decorator. You'll see me mess around with the sink here in a little bit. I tried to put it on a different countertop and place it like a mix and match, but it didn't work because that piece had like a backsplash piece and these counters do not. And then here I'm placing the fridge. I do place the stove later on because I realized that I forgot one, which is silly of me, but there ends up being a stove here later on. I think I used the London's Choice, like the really nice one, because I thought that it looked better with the rest of the kitchen aesthetic. And just throwing in the upper head cabinets, I kind of just followed the shape of the walls. I used the corner piece, and then I think at the very end I used that little outside corner piece as an end piece instead. Then I moved the fridge around. And I do change the fridge to the one from Parenthood with the wood all around the top and the sides because it looks like it's a built-in rather than making this fridge larger like I just did with the tool mod. I felt like that blended in a lot nicer. You'll see me pop that in right about here. I think that looks much nicer, and you can also clutter up the top of the fridge too if you like. I did not because I was trying not to use too much clutter. I didn't want to, add more than I already had, just because I was running out of time to make this and get it up in time before my shift this weekend. And also, I had a job interview and a dentist appointment this week. It's been a lot. And then with the kids, so I was trying to keep this as simple as possible, but still make it feel very well decorated and complete so that you could just move in and customize it as you see fit. And then I used that lovely table that I think is from City Living, and I believe that the chairs are from Dream Home Decorator as well. I love this open pull, like the accordion style door from the Desert Luxe kit, so I put that in between the living room and the kitchen. And that front room in there is going to end up being a laundry room / bathroom area / entryway. This ends up being the primary bedroom here, the room that I just expanded, but I think I end up expanding it just slightly more as well. So in this bathroom, first I shrink it down because I thought it would just be a half bath. Eventually I do move that wall out again and I add a standing shower because I realized I didn't have a shower except for in the upstairs teeny tiny little, 4x1 bathroom, which I thought that's just not going to work. No one's going to want to share that tiny bathroom. But that is how that works out. Here's the front entryway. I use this tiny table from Eco Lifestyle. I think you can craft that one as well. And my trusty coat hook, and also a little tiny pair of shoes to go in front of it. And then I think on the table, I just put a cell phone, and I think the memo stand and the eyeglasses holder and the watch holder. So I thought that would be a nice little spot to put all of your things on the way out the door. Here's those shoes I was talking about. Those are also from Dream Home Decorator. They're very handy for cluttering up a space. And then over in this corner is where I end up putting the washer and dryer. And I also put 2 shelves above it, and I use the shelves from the Greenhouse Haven kit, the kind of wooden slatted shelves, and I just do them in the lighter wood tone, and I think they look really cute right there. I felt like it matched really well, and that very tiny skinny window up there from Growing Together. All the windows on the exterior of the house are from Growing Together, and then the very tall ones and also the screen slatted ones are from Eco Lifestyle. Both of these wallpapers in this room are from Eco Lifestyle. They're very pretty. They go very, very nicely together. And then on the window, I placed these Desert Luxe curtains in this green swatch. I think mostly just because I liked how the top wood swatch matched the rest of the wood swatches in this room. But I also really like that green tone very, very much. And then I painted the walls a very boring shade of gray with the white paneling on the top and bottom, adding railings because I realized I forgot them. And then into the kitchen, I used this wallpaper here from, I think it's high school years. It's called something Papyrus, I believe. I do change the color of that later on, but it's the same wallpaper, just a different swatch. Here I am expanding that room one more time and deciding where I'm going to put the door. And then I think I just jumped to picking out the beds because I wanted to pick the beds for both rooms before I came back for my next building session. And then in this room, I added nice double windows on either side of the room and then one in the back just to let in a little bit more light, but the front sliding glass door lets in so much light I figured we didn't need too many windows. And those lovely curtains, the macrame style curtains, are from high school years, as well as that end table, which I think I end up replacing with a different one from high school years. Yes, this medium wood tone, this honey wood tone, because it matches the wood on the bed. And then I think what I do is I throw in more of those curtains, the Desert Luxe curtains, in a different swatch. And I think it's this white swatch, same kind of wood tone on the curtain. And then I use these lovely purple wallpaper with the white trim on the top and bottom. I just used Tool Mod to move the curtains up ever so slightly because it was clipping with the window. And here you'll see, I don't know if you can tell, but the roof piece is for some reason also this purple wallpaper, and I don't know why. And I was so annoyed by it. So I did work my way around it. I moved the roof piece over a little bit, and then I end up making the bathroom the same swatch as the roof so that it just all works together because I didn't really care at that point. I was so frustrated. I don't know why it did that. I've never had that problem before. I've done this kind of shape house before where I had a room upstairs and the swatch of wallpaper has never carried over to the roof piece. So I'm not 100% sure why it did that. But either way, we work around it. So I threw in that very nice lighted mirror from Parenthood, I believe, and then this rug is from Growing Together. I do end up getting rid of that tall dresser because when I added in this tall bookcase, that's like kind of, I think it's base game. It's this lovely pink kind of fairy tale painted scene on the side, that bookshelf. It just looked like too many tall pieces of furniture all in a line, and it was bothering me visually. So did not enjoy that. So I added a tiny one from the Dream Home Decorator kit or pack because I enjoyed that one with the wood tone matching the rest of the honey wood on the bed and also the end table. And then I added that nice little lit up mirror for when she does maybe her hair or her makeup, whatever you want to do. And that lovely little pink beanbag chair in the corner I thought was pretty. So here's some artwork that I imagine the child made. I hung it up on the wall, and then that other art piece is from Toddler Stuff Pack. I'm pretty sure. It's really, really pretty. I use that quite often. Here's where I'm deciding to throw in that swing set. So I had to expand the upstairs deck ever so slightly, and then I place the swing set, and I do play test this, and I had to move it forward ever so slightly because my playtester sim looked like she was going through the back half wall and it just did not look right. So I did end up moving it with the alt placement ever so slightly forward, so it just kind of looks like her feet kind of kick that wall, but that's okay. Maybe she uses that to launch herself just a little bit further. And there is the activity table. Here I am making that 4x1 tiny little bathroom. And see how I'm having trouble with that swatch? So strange with the wallpaper. But we made a way to fix it. So here's where I'm just showing you if you come up with this problem somehow. I don't know why you would, but I did. So I'm just moving the roof pieces around. And then those little pieces of wall that clip through the front, I kind of place them as like solar panel holders. So, because the solar panels were deleted when I moved the roof. Of course they were. But here we are picking the outside swatch of the house. I used that green, like the olive green slatted one from Growing Together. I thought that was cute. And also the chimney is from Eco Lifestyle. So of course I had to add a fireplace so that it would make it more realistic. And then for the couch, I used this other one from Dream Home Decorator. I thought it was really pretty. I used the black swatch with that honey wood tone. And I kind of just make a cute little L-shaped thing over here. So there's like the Chase Lounge over there on the far side, and then just the corner pieces on either side. And I think it looks really cute, adding a TV above mounted on the wall. And then I believe I add some plants to that corner over there, just a little potted plant, and then also a little hanging plant from the Bloomin' Rooms kit because so cute. These curtains are from Eco Lifestyle as well. I wanted to use these. I thought they would look really nice here up against that window. And I was going to go with that green swatch. Let's see what swatch I actually went with because I don't quite remember. Okay, no, I used that cream swatch instead. And then over here in the corner, I place a little tiny study area. So there is a desk, and I think I put in this pretty chair from high school years in this blue and kind of cream tone, and then just a little laptop because I thought that made the most sense. That way that it can be put away into your inventory if your child sim wants to use that to do homework or whatever. And then over here, making a little bottom of the stair kind of decorative area. I don't know what you want to call it. A landing area, if you will. I lower down this mirror here. That is from Luxury Party Stuff, I believe. And then I throw in a flower arrangement. I was going to use that one from Get Famous, but I decided on this tiny little guy from the Greenhouse Haven kit as well. And then figuring out some floor tiles because I didn't want to forget. And also moving the mailbox because I hate that mailbox. The standard mailbox just doesn't look right here. So I used that more modern boxy one, and then I decided while I was outside I would grab the trash can. I was really all over the place with this build, so I apologize if I'm kind of like jumping around too much, but I tried to cut out as much of my jumping around as possible. My head was all over the place. Like I said, I had another job interview, and I had a dentist appointment, and I had to arrange with my husband for watching the kids, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot. So here I'm placing the trash cans in the bathroom before I forget, or bathroom, blah, in the kitchen. I decided to do a double trash can situation, so the silver one is trash and then the smaller one with the bag in it can be recycling. I know that's not really how it works, but I thought that it looked like it made more sense. Picking this rug here from Dream Home Decorator. I love this rug, and I very much enjoyed that swatch. I thought it brought just a little bit more muted color into the room and just kind of completed the space. And then we move into the parents' room. I think I just placed the end tables and these lights, and then what did I go into? Right, I added the same curtains, the Desert Luxe curtains, and I think I used this pink swatch in the end because I do like that it matched the bed, just changing the orientation a little bit because it didn't leave a whole lot of room for a dresser. And at first I wanted to use this long one from Dream Home Decorator, but it kind of cut in with the shades and that bothered me too much. So I picked the same dresser from upstairs, only in a slightly different swatch, and then this kind of dull purple gray wallpaper and another rug from Dream Home Decorator. That is a fantastic pack, by the way, especially if you like more simple and modern furniture pieces. Slash a little bit of bohemian, because those rugs are definitely a little bit more boho in my opinion. Placing some clutter and a little bit more appliances in the kitchen. You'll see there's the stove, a little potted plant, some paper towels, coffee pot, and a mug. I know that the the smoke detector is kind of floating there on the floor, but I do end up moving it up to right above the stove later on. I just kind of lost track because I am easily distractible. But I am picking the light fixture for the kitchen. It's just that one from Growing Together. It's really pretty. And then 2 little nightlight looking things from the bathroom clutter kit. I thought they looked really cute back there. And they kind of lit up that area. It was really cloudy outside when I was building this. So that's why the lighting is a little bit more dark, a little bit off, if you will. I did not paint the ceilings in this build only because it's a very modern build and I thought they would prefer to have white ceilings. So in this case, it made sense not to paint the ceilings. But I do love the painted ceilings and I wanted to use them, but I just didn't think it made much sense. So I did not. Placing a cute little cupcake painting on the wall, because why not? And also some succulents and the little Parenthood curfew board over there. Then back to the little landing area at the bottom of the stairs, adding a lamp. And I think I added a little bit of clutter from the Everyday Clutter Kit. This little coin cup right here, yes. And also a cell phone, another cell phone and keys, because I think that it makes sense that you would place your cell phone and keys there, and there are multiple Sims living in this home, so there should be multiple cell phones just lying about. Why not? And this light right here is from Eco Lifestyle. It's really cute, but I think it's a little too big, so I sized it down 1 and just kind of positioned it around the living room. Move this plant around, and those fireplace pokers are base game, and they are from an update we received I think about a year ago. And I really enjoy those. I use those pretty much every time I put a fireplace in a home, which is quite often. This lovely modern base game desk lamp I thought worked really well here. And then I add this little foursome of bird pictures right there. I end up moving it over to that gallery wall from Growing Together later on because I do have to move the walls around when I expand this bathroom, but you will see that. And then I continued that stone wall over here to right behind where the TV and fireplace are, because I really enjoyed that and I wanted to kind of continue that tiling somewhere in the home. I figured that was the best place. Adding a little end table also from Dream Home Decorator, and then some clutter. I use that debug remote and this little stack of magazines, and I think I add like a water bottle, like a thermos. I thought that made a lot of sense too. And this little circular table from the Tiny Living expansion pack. I really like that pack too. That has a lot of really nice furniture options in this similar wood tone, so they match really well with Dream Home Decorator and a lot of the newer packs, I would say. And then I just add a little stack of books, like maybe that's where somebody was reading or doing a little homework while they were kind of just sitting watching TV and getting some light homework done. I thought that was a good idea. And here I put together 2 of these little mats to make like a chair mat so that they wouldn't scratch up the wood floor. I don't know, a little bit of realism in your Sims build, you know. And here is the very tiny downstairs bathroom before I add the shower. I just threw in the plunger and the toilet paper roll from the bathroom clutter kit. And then a nice mirror, I think that one is from Dream Home Decorator, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think what I was doing is I was looking for there it is, the little like bathroom medicine cabinet to put back there. And also I add a little trash can in the bathroom, also for a little bit of realism. When I add the shower later, I just kind of move that over a little bit, and then I add the shower. Here's that nice little towel that I love from the bathroom clutter kit, and I just hang that on the tile wall right there. And then moving into the laundry room area, I just clutter it up with a bottle of detergent and some towels, and I expect that that's like some cleaning towels, and the bar of soap is more like a sponge. That's how I see it. And then also some baskets of clothes. So that really messy overfilled basket is the child's clothes, and then the nicely folded one is the parents' clothes. I thought that made sense. A little utility mat too in front of the washer and dryer. And I pulled out this bench, but I didn't want it over there in the corner. I put it right here, right in front of the living room area. And then I added some cute plants, this little basket trio of plants that I think came with, also Laundry Day. And then these lights outside are base game, and I think they're just very simple and cute, so I put 2 of those over here, and then I think I put 1 over in the far corner as well. I use that light switch almost like a doorbell, like, you know, one of those Ring camera doorbells. I thought that was a nice idea. I think there's a mod you can actually download one of those. It doesn't actually work, but it like looks like a Ring camera. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, there's that other light over here, and I put this very decorative flower arranging table over here. That came with Eco Lifestyle as well, and it's really pretty and has lights, so it kind of lights up the outer deck area. I like that very much. Some pots for potting some plants, and some hanging plants also, just to create a little bit more of the aesthetic. And then back here in the yard, I decided we needed a chest table, and I also do end up fixing that step area, so worry not, it will get fixed. Here is a little chest table, nice and natural. I don't remember where that's from. I think it's from the Outdoor Retreat pack, I think. Don't quote me on it. And then that little storage box over there, it was from the Greenhouse Haven kit, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. I just put it there in the corner, like that's where they keep the feed for the animals, or maybe some seeds and some soil. And then here are some more little things from the Greenhouse Haven kit, little starter seeds, or little starter seedlings, should I say, and some spray bottles, watering can, a little tray for planting, and some tools. And then I throw in some terrain paint. And that little front area is pretty much done. As you can see, all the plants are planted, and they were well taken care of by our playtester Sim as I went in here repeatedly to make sure that everything functioned properly. Here's 2 more of those lights out here in the back, and then I'm throwing in some landscaping, so I had to delete some of the patio. I ended up using this patio here from the Greenhouse Haven kit as well, with like the bricks and a little bit of weeds coming through, because I thought that made a little bit more sense. I really do enjoy that one a lot, and I like the other one, but it just seemed too country-ish. It wasn't quite modern enough for me, so that is why I went with that flooring swatch instead. I also love this large like lavender bush. I think that is from Eco Lifestyle also. All of the plants in here are from Debug, because I refuse to spend money on outdoor plants if I don't have to. And then here's just a little bit more landscaping. I very much enjoy landscaping, so I wanted to throw in a little bit, but I'm actually quite indecisive. This build took me far too long. I think I had 2.5 hours of sped up unedited footage that I just went through. It was a lot. I cut out a whole bunch of me just spinning around the lot multiple times trying to figure out what I was doing next. My brain was all over the place, but I really like how this one turned out, and I did play here for a little bit, which is why you see the prairie grass is kind of overgrown. I do end up getting some chickens, I get a little goat, I get a little sheep. They're very, very cute, and they interact with everybody. And at the end, you will see some live mode shots of the home and the occupants of the home. I think the daughter had actually gone to school, so you won't see her, but she's around. And she very much enjoyed her room. She was swinging on the swing set and playing with the dollhouse out on the front deck. Right, the dollhouse that's in her room, I do move out to her private balcony because I thought that it just made more sense, gave her more room in her actual bedroom. And then I think after we do just a little bit more terrain paint here in the front, we move to more landscaping just in the front. Because I wanted to add some bushes and some more flowers. And I think I moved the trash can around and the mailbox around a little bit as well. It was a lot of just little things, little tiny touches that I was throwing in because I couldn't figure out where I was going with the whole build. But yes, little life update. So I got a new job. Yay. I will not just be working every other weekend now. I'll probably be working every weekend, plus potentially some evenings. So if my video count goes down a little bit because of that, my apologies, but I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna try to still work that in. Also, my oldest child is getting to the point, I think, where he's getting pretty close to not really needing his afternoon nap anymore. So he might potentially be awake and cutting into a little bit of my building time, unless I can convince him to also have quiet time in the other room and let mommy get some stuff done. That would be cool, but if he can't do that, or it's just not working out certain days, that will be time that I just cannot build because, he is my baby and he comes first. But we will do what we can, and I appreciate all the support from my subscribers and even those who have not subscribed and just watch this every now and again. However, I highly suggest you do subscribe because I plan on throwing up plenty of more videos for from here until I can no longer sim, basically. And here I am finishing up the decorating of this little downstairs bathroom. This is where I throw in the shower. Down here, I really like this modern one. I think it fits in quite nicely with the rest of the home, and there's that little trash can. I just kind of moved that over. I think that bathroom came out really cute. It's very functional, and then I moved that little foursome of bird pictures over and make a larger gallery wall right there. Move this little plant, which I love so much. I forget where that's from. I honestly don't remember. And I can finally use this light that we got from growing together. It does not light up areas well enough, and I hate that, but I didn't need that front room lit up too much because there's so much natural light that comes through those windows. It doesn't really matter. And here I am decorating the mom's dresser because I never did that. So just going back basically and checking to make sure what I didn't already decorate, because it was bothering me that I had so much left to do and I just wanted to finish. I just wanted this build to be done so I could get to the editing and finish this up before I do my last shift at my current job and get prepared for my new job. And here are some paintings also from, I think those are from Tiny Living. They're very cute, all those leaf paintings. And up here is where I'm moving that dollhouse outside. I'm figuring out what we're doing with this surprise new bathroom upstairs. So I just threw in the very simple standing shower and then a little Tiny Living toilet, and then this brute pedestal, I think is what it's called, the sink. I size it down 1. So when I go to decorate it, I did use the OMSP shelf, and that is linked in the description box. If you want it, you'll see a little bit of footage of that for using to put the soap bottle and also the toothbrushes up there. But this is pretty much it. I think I throw in the same door from Dream Home Decorator that I use downstairs and all the other rooms. And then the lights on the wall are from Spa Day because the ceiling lights just weren't doing anything. And I thought, they just need a little bit of light in there anyway. You're fine. I put some on the other side as well. And I think that is pretty much it for the rest of the build, except for a couple little bags of feed and a couple more little debug items. So just placing these around the lot to complete the look and the general aesthetic. Oh, right. Those plants right there that I put on the side of the back deck are from Werewolves, and I very much enjoy those. And then I put in 2 lights on either side of the fireplace. They are also from Growing Together. They are very cute and modern, and I enjoy the look of those. Oh, and then these slats, right, I almost forgot. These big slats I continue on this side of the house, and then I just put some shorter ones on the other sides to kind of complete a little bit more of a fenced off looking privacy fence. And this little window box of grass, because I don't know, because it looked really nice and it came from the Eco Lifestyle pack. So I thought I should use those. I never actually use those, and I really think that they complete the look of this house very nicely, but I don't continue them around the whole home because it was just too much moving the mailbox and trash can around. And I think that's pretty much it. So this is a live mode version of the front of the house. There was not very much traffic going on, foot traffic I mean, because we don't have any cars. And here's my sim taking care of the goat and the sheep, watering some plants, just living her best little eco farmhouse life. Those lights, also the string lights, are from the debug menu that came from Horse Ranch. So they are very useful. They don't light up as well as the toddler stuff pack string lights, but they still do put off some light. So they work really nice. I put them in the backyard too. There's a nice view of the backyard and this chicken's booty because it's just adorable, and I love that he stands up on one leg and just sits there. And here's our sim on her computer. So thanks so much for joining me here today. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Leave any comments down below if you want to see anything else, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.